Yeah, it's been a weird year. Not the results that we wanted throughout the season. We've struggled with keeping momentum. Too many injuries. I've been one of them. So yeah, it's a disappointing year, but a year where again football it's highs, it's lows. We've had 2 amazing years. This third year didn't pan out at all as we had planned for and hoped for, and we take the responsibility on our shoulders, and we'll do everything we can to change and yeah, of course, do better for next season. But right now we're sitting with this feeling of we just weren't good enough over the season, and the last game was kind of a very close game, 0-0 game, and yeah, we're disappointed.
Thanks for that. We'll start with Dustin. Go ahead, Dustin.
Hey, Erik. Ben talked about it a little bit, but tough weeks of training for you guys with the bye week in there, knowing you guys weren't in the playoffs, and then coming into this game, knowing the same thing against the Kansas City team. But you guys still come out, you get a road shutout, you get a point. What does that say about the mentalities from the guy, the leadership, the guys that you have in that locker room?
No, of course, it's always a little bit ambivalent to train when you don't have anything kind of to achieve, because it was done. But we talked about how do we want to go away on a break? How do we want to kind of end this year? And we wanted a good performance, and today we kind of showed up. I would have wished that we could take all 3 points, but again, I don't think that this group has ever given up. We've just faced so much adversity, so much that didn't go our way, and so many times where we didn't grab that momentum. And some of the kind of within the season, we have thought about, okay, it's just one game, and then suddenly it was too late to kind of manage to get into the playoffs, and it hurts, especially when we have had 2 great seasons and we felt like we were a playoff team, and this season, yeah, I feel it's kind of I don't know if it's embarrassing, but for me personally it doesn't feel great kind of leaving without the playoff spot.
And just personally for you, I know it was a rough year. You dealt with a lot of injuries. Looking back at this season, what are some things that you'll take forward into next year and going forward?
Yeah, of course, personally, it's been my toughest year in my career, I would say. I thought that I was over my injuries kind of 6 years before this. I had never been out for more than a couple of games and played 40 games plus each season. And yeah, sometimes you as I said, we get as a team a season like this, and I personally got a season where it just didn't pan out. I had too many injuries. But I think we have found a very sustainable plan. I've trained the last 4 or 5 weeks, fully trained. I'm fit. I feel great. Now it's just about how do I go on off season and how do I come back, and this is something that we are very aware of. I still have so much to contribute, and I'm still physically in great shape, but I just need to keep being strong and being resilient so I can go for 40 games again next season.
And just lastly, I wanted to ask you about Nelson. It's been a long road for him. So much of recovery, years he's been training and grinding to get back. As his teammates seen him get back on the pitch tonight, what was it like for you and for the guys?
No, first and foremost, it's been so tough for Nelson. We see him every day, and you could just feel the kind of the long and windy road that he has been on. And when he came in, I think he sparked up that left side and played freely. And after the game, I came over to him. He was sitting down on the ground, and I sat down with him and hugged him and said that this is you now back, and now his kind of time is beginning now. Like, he needs to keep going, keep training, so he's going to be a monster when he comes back and going to compete for that left winger. We have some great players, but he's especially one of them when he is in shape. We've missed him, but hopefully he can stay ready and be our guy with the others.
Thanks, Erik. All the best.
Thank you.
All right, Federico, go ahead.
Hi, Erik. Federico de Michelis with Soccer Matters. I wanted to ask you, you've had a very unfortunate season with the injuries, but you seem to be back. You've been saying you've been training hard, and you played the full game, and things are looking good. How do you keep that level of fitness and commitment throughout this next off season that you're going to have, and also considering that there's going to be a lot of competition in that center back position for next season? How are you feeling?
No, I feel confident. When I'm playing, we mostly do well with me in the field, and I do my very best every day to be in the best possible edition of myself. And I have so much experience, and I give that experience around and create some kind of ease when I'm playing. So the most important is to find this kind of golden line of me kind of training and not overtraining, and that's something that we've been very careful about this last 5 weeks, where sometimes I would go out of the last bit of training and do something on my own. I'm 34, but I can play until I'm 40, hopefully, but it needs to be changing some things, and that's something that we are aware of, and we have a great medical staff that takes care of me, and we're gonna do everything we can so I can stay fit and contribute, because that's my ultimate goal, is to be one of the leaders on the team and perform and be the guy that can help win games by being in the defense.
Not only the injuries, but then in the middle of that there was an unfortunate red card, and you went publicly and apologized very sincerely and very, very open-heartedly about that to the fans. When I hear you speak, I hear that you have a true commitment to Houston as a city, to the team, to the people that go to the stadium. Do you feel that is a role that you're slowly really gaining a place here in Houston? And is that something that you want? Is it something that because it feels like this team needs that kind of commitment and love from someone that's on the pitch?
No, I'm happy that you say it. We all make mistakes, and I haven't made many mistakes in my career in Houston, but that was one of them. And unfortunately, there was a key moment, and of course, I would rewind and do different. But it happens. But I always take responsibility. I can always say that I'm sorry. That's a strong factor that I have, that I can say that I made a mistake and move on. And the other thing is that Houston needs players. We all want to give back, and certainly I've had a great time so far. My family loves living here, and I've committed. I always want to give back to the people, no matter if we're 17,000 or we're 8,000 on the stadium. I hope for 17 every time, but of course we do everything, and I want to be out in the community. I'm ready to help out the club, to be everywhere, and I'm doing that on the side as well. So I think it's very important that we go out and show our colors and DNA. We have so much to offer as personalities in this league, in this city, and we are ready to help out.
Well, I'll talk about the match, and if you guys want to ask questions again about the season, we can go over that again. Two teams, kind of fighting their way through the last game that doesn't really mean anything in the standings, but trying to get a win, and quality was not the highest on both teams, I think, throughout the night. But we stood firm, and we got a shutout on the road, and that usually does the trick in this league. So our road form this year has been really good, and this is a continuation of that. We had some chances. They had some chances. And in the end, it's two teams that, maybe you saw tonight why neither of us are in the playoffs. But on the other side, our group fought very hard again. And this season, I just told the guys, it's like not once did I ever fault this crew for not fighting and running and competing. And that part was always there this year. So I'm appreciative of that. And it was an interesting year, one we want to make sure doesn't happen again. And we talked about next year and our resiliency, and it feels good to come out of these years and have success. So that'll start the preparations for that will start now.
Thanks for that. We'll start with Dustin.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Dustin.
I know you talked about it in the pre-match press conference, but, having a week of training when you had a bye, not making the playoffs, now coming to this game, and a game that really didn't mean a lot for you guys. What does it say about this group, though, to still come out here and put up this clean sheet and get a point on the road?
Well, I think we had 10 shutouts. Is that right? I think we had 10 shutouts this year. So there's these things that, are exciting to think about going forward, and that's kind of how I look at it. Our road form this year was pretty good. We can take that. It was the home form that let us down. So, how do we kind of bring some of that to our home form? I know the game state looks differently when we're playing at home, and some of the tactical nuances of how the game usually plays out home versus away is different, but again, with the way we defended tonight, defended the box, and the extra efforts really saw us through to get a point. So, yeah, happy with that. It beats coming in here with a loss, and, but we're disappointed. Again, it's not a lot of fun to be in this position. And as I said, we're going to work our asses off to make sure we're not, I'm not having this type of conversation on decision day next year.
Ben, I just wanted to ask you, two of your wingers, Olsen, I know a long road back for him. We've seen so many times he was close, and he finally gets on the field. Just what did you make of his getting out there and getting some minutes today?
2 years. And, to see him on the field, there hasn't been a lot of joy this year. But I'll tell you, putting him in the game was one of them. And to see him also come in and give us a little bit of a spark was nice to see. And, we're looking forward to getting him healthy and being an option. Again, another guy that we're like, what if we had him all year and him and Anali coming in? So there's a lot of optimism in what we're going to kind of build here over this offseason, and he's one of the guys we hope to be a part of it.
And last one for me, you talked about Lawrence there a little bit, but I know earlier in the season you said he was coming off the bench. You said you wanted to see more from him, see different aspects of his game. We've seen a lot of starts from him. He didn't have an assist tonight, but assists in the last few games. What have you seen from his game and maybe growth in the last part of this season?
Well, I think he's gotten fitter. Part of that was his fitness levels and coming back, and he's putting in a 90-minute shift now at a high level, and he's dangerous. He's putting himself in very good spots. The next level for him is to put up real numbers, and that's what we'll ask of him to, on a night like this, score and have the assist. And he's that good. He's got that type of talent. But you have to, some of the maturity that's going to come along with him is scoring goals and producing points consistently when he has these chances. But, our offense changes once he gets into the mix. And I think, even Ponce is the beneficiary of that every other game. I think since he's been back, he's been scoring. So there's others that benefit from him and his outright speed. And again, Nelson would give some of the similar production or put fear in other opponents. And we're going to get another winger. We're going to continue to build this team so we have more of that to rely on in a consistent way. And I think that will help everybody.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Federico, go ahead.
Hi, Coach Federico Miguel with Soccer Matters. I wanted to ask you, one can expect a lot of changes for next season in terms of the players that you're going to have. Hopefully, we'll want to see arrange and build a team around the talents of him and Jack and hopefully Inali. Are there any areas or any positions that you're particularly looking to reinforce for next season?
I don't want to duck your question, Federico. It's a good question. Certainly the center back position is one we'll be looking for, and some competition in a lot of places. and real competition. Central midfield, tens, wingers, some competition up top. We want to have a very deep team, that every week we have guys pushing each other, and with real high quality, and that's 16, 17 guys, and that's the goal. And this year we didn't necessarily have that, but again, I think we have the cap room. I think we're set up to have success, as I see it in the planning behind the scenes, to bring in that quite a few players, to whether they're starters or high competition. And we look forward to again getting back, taking an exhale, because season ended early, but it's been a long season. When you are chasing it, we need a few days off to kind of decompress a little bit, and then we'll get back to work.
Thank you. One more. What are the takeaways for you as staff, and also from the players, and also what are some self-criticisms that you guys can make about this season?
I've been doing that all year. I mean, this isn't like the time to say there's too many. It's too complicated, Federico. It's not, my substitution patterns cost us the season, right? It's not, the center back situation that we dealt with. The injuries, right? I could go down all these excuses, and it just doesn't work like that, Federico. This is from the start to the finish, there's just so many things that move the season in one direction or the other. And it's very, very hard. I've been through these seasons before, to point your finger on one or two things that would have really changed it. But I do think it's an important exercise to go through all of the things, and we've done that. We're doing that constantly throughout the year, and we'll do an even deeper dive here when all is said and done. And it's not like we're doing that now, right? I've been doing that for months, every night, every day, in the office. This is all we do. This is a full-time job. And we're constantly poking holes and critiquing and having conversations to get better. And so with that and a full review, hopefully we've learned some things, and we can fix those and get to a point where, as I said, I'm not sitting here on decision day, coming up with excuses why we didn't make the playoffs.